So this morning I woke up, I had my coffee, I did a nice workout, but something wasn't right. I wasn't feeling phenomenal. So I thought the only way that I could feel phenomenal is by talking to the most phenomenal wrestler in the WWE. On the line right now, I have got AJ Styles. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Absolutely wonderful because I get to speak to you, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. And I'm very excited to see you on Monday Night Raw. So I want to know, what is your next move? Are you going after the winner of Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre? I saw some banter between you guys on Instagram already.
Well, I mean, listen, eventually I'm going to do whatever I want to do. I don't know if you have seen who's hanging out with me as of late, as of Monday night, but I've got some help if need be. I may or may not need it, but if somebody tries to interfere, we can take care of business.
And of course, you are a two-time WWE champion. You're a three-time US champion. And you've also teamed with the likes of Luke Gallows, Cole Anderson before. If you could tag with anybody from Raw right now to win those titles, who would you team with?
Well, I mean, I guess I can't pick myself because that'd be a sure winner right there. Who would that be, man? I honestly don't know.
Do you need anyone to team with? Do you
Not
think you
really.
could do Braun Strowman and win them on your own?
Oh, of course. I have no doubt about that. Braun Strowman, it takes a lot of oxygen, to move around that giant body. All I have to do is run around him a couple of times and he'll be out of gas and I'll take care of it.
I agree. Now, when you debuted at Royal Rumble, I was one of those fans that went absolutely crazy, mainly because nobody was expecting it. How did you manage to keep it a secret for such a long time? Because a lot of these things get leaked in the press, in the media.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. It's very frustrating that so many things get leaked nowadays. It's like I don't really understand it because it has to come from within with the information that they have. And so I don't understand why they're hurting themselves, because when people don't react because they already know what's about to happen, well, you're just hurting yourself. So I never understood that, but somehow, some way, it kind of was kept a secret. I say kind of because there was some rumors that there could be an AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble. The trick was they flew me into Tampa and not to Orlando, so fans didn't even see me. Kept me a secret as long as they could, but that wasn't very long. So it just goes to prove that the boys in the back, because I had to see them, we had to figure out what was going on with the Rumble. They're not the one, getting to the internet and spreading the rumors and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know how I was managed to be kept a secret, but I'm glad it did.
And speaking of your debut, you never had to go through NXT. Is that a testament to how highly WWE rated you and what you achieved in the other promotions?
Well, I think it can't be how WWE rated me because Vince McMahon did not know me. So that's definitely not one of them. I don't really know why. But I'm glad it happened the way that it did. It gave me an opportunity to, sit down and talk with Vince and see what he wants from AJ Styles, what character he wants me to be. And the one that he wanted me to be was, well, that's who I was. I was trying to be something that I thought he wanted me to be. And once I found out, it was easy for me to be myself.
Now, you've wrestled a lot of iconic superstars in the WWE, such as the likes of John Cena. But how does it feel to be the man that last wrestled The Undertaker, potentially his last ever match?
Listen, I was just grateful to be able to, throw hands with him. I'm so jealous of the guys that had that opportunity before I had. And it was one of those things where I didn't know that it would ever happen, but if it was going to happen, I would love to be one of the last guys that he worked with. Not for pride, not for anything, but to learn from the guy. He's so smart in everything that he's done in this business. I just want to learn from him. And if I can take a little bit from what we did in a Boneyard match and apply it to my career, it'd be worth a lot.
So you mentioned there's a lot of superstars you didn't get the chance to wrestle with. Okay, what if at Hell in a Cell, you were in a fatal four-way match, in a Hell in a Cell match with three other superstars that you never got the chance to wrestle? Who would you pick?
Shawn Michaels, Eddie Guerrero. Yep. Who would be the other? the other two. I mean, I've been in the ring with Ric Flair before, so it's a tough one.
You mentioned HBK. A lot of people see that as the dream match that never happened. Do you think you would have won, or do you think it'd be a fair fight?
I think we both would have won in that context, because we're giving the fans what they want. So it doesn't matter who won or lost in a match like that. All that matters is that it's entertaining at the end of the day, and that people feel that they get their money's worth.
Mm-hmm. Now, you pride yourself as being a real strong family man. I see all your videos, I see your pictures. How do you balance the work schedule that you have with the WWE? Because you're doing so many live shows. Recently, I imagine you get to spend a lot more time with your family. But before the whole COVID-19 situation, how does someone like you, who is always on the road, manage to, get all that in order?
Well, my kids, they were born into this business. They don't know any different. Dad's just gone. Dad's doing his job. My wife, she was with me before I got into wrestling, so she knows the deal. I have the perfect woman for the business that I'm in, because she understands it. She can survive on her own. Is it hard? Absolutely. I miss a lot of stuff that I'd rather be at home and like a normal person would be, but and she'd rather me be at home to help her, but that's just not the way it is sometimes. But you're putting this work in now, and you're going to be able to enjoy it later on in life.
And I read somewhere that your wife actually was the reason why you didn't actually get to attend a WWE trial or something when you were a bit younger, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, I tried out for the WWE, and they offered me a developmental deal. I had to move to another state, and I was married at the time. My wife was in college, and I didn't take the offer, not because my wife didn't want me to. She wanted me to. But if I would have taken an offer like that, she would have to move in with her mother because she was still in college, and I would move to Cincinnati by myself. That's not how a marriage works, not for me anyway. So I turned it down.
Now, AJ, you're 43 years old, but when you wrestle, you don't look a day older than 21. How many years do you think realistically you have left in the tank? And what do you feel like you need to achieve before you leave the WWE that you haven't already achieved? You've achieved a lot.
Yes. Well, I don't know how many years. Everybody says, nah, I'm done. And, so-and-so, I'm done. And so-and-so. I'm not sure exactly when I'm done. It's hard to say. It's hard to manage. It's hard to go. I mean, I've been wrestling for 21 years, and to think that, in a year or something, it'd be over. It's weird for me. When it's time, I'll know it, and I can do it with confidence. But right now, for me to be able to say that, I don't really know. So yeah, I don't know. What was the what else would I have done? Right. Well, I think I need to capture the tag team championships. I think that's something that'd be pretty neat to be able to have, and being able to say that I've won all of the major titles in WWE, and go down in history as one of the few that have ever done that.
We'll hopefully see that soon. Okay, I'm going to take you back to WrestleMania, the Boneyard match. That was absolutely magical. Was the plan to have that match set up like that all along, or because of coronavirus, you had to change things up?
We definitely had to change things up. It was heartbreaking knowing that I wasn't going to get my opportunity to wrestle The Undertaker in front of thousands of people.
Yeah,
it's going to be, actually, no one's going to be there. It's going to be you two and everybody else that performed in the Boneyard match. But that's it. I didn't know what to expect from it. I didn't know how it was going to turn out. But when it was all over, you're like, I think we may have done something special here.
You really did, and even as a fan, we weren't expecting that. We didn't know what to expect, but the way you guys pulled it off and the storytelling was just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm in there with The Undertaker, and nobody's a better storyteller than The Undertaker. So I was blessed to have that opportunity to have a match with him and just do something special.
Before we leave, would you mind us taking a selfie? If I was there in person, I'd be taking a selfie. This is how we have to do things now.
That's fair.
Amazing. Okay.